Hi guys, welcome back to August Love Story, the channel. I'm Artika.
I'm Tommy.
And today we are reviewing Married at First Sight, season 12, episode 2. And it is titled Hello Stranger. I'm going to just go ahead and start off by saying thank God for Jesus. This wasn't a 3-hour episode.
Right.
Ooh, I almost thought it was.
Yeah.
All right. So on this week's episode, we got to see three of the couples get married, and then a fourth couple almost get married.
Yeah. The start of theirs.
Yeah. So we'll start off with Clara and Ryan because that's where we left off last week.
Yep.
So we started off with the two of them standing at the altar, blindfolded, and their maid of honor and best man removing their blindfolds. It was what they call a pregnant pause.
Right.
And they just kind of got to take each other in after holding hands. Yeah, they were holding hands.
They was holding hands.
The first thing that Clara said was, "Okay, what's up?"
Was it?
Yes. It seems as if they felt that the other person was attractive. I don't think they really mentioned it in that first thought, but it wasn't a, oh my gosh, how did we get here? It was really more so of a like, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, they go through what my family and friends would say about me. And on Ryan's, he said that they would say that he's a very calculated person. And she said, like her dad. And that made me smile a little bit because you look for little traits of your parents in your spouse. Like I say that you take good and bad parts of both my dads. And I appreciate it because it made it easier for me to, I don't want to say deal with you like it's a negative thing, but it makes it easier to deal with the person because it's like you've done this before and it's not your first time dealing with someone like that. So like him being calculated, she can understand why he's not going to fly by the seat of his pants. So, I mean, it makes sense to me. They had very sweet vows with each other. I said I can't remember them. But they were sweet nonetheless, and they did kiss on the lips, which was something that Tommy kept saying out loud after every couple was
kissed on the lips.
Kissed on the lips. I told them everybody's not caring from season 11. They almost missed the call for their first dance during their reception.
Yeah, I thought that was nice.
Yeah, because they were getting to know each other, which I get. I know that when we got married, one of the things that they said at our venue was that they wanted us to eat separate of our guests so that we could actually have time to eat, because that's one of the things that brides and grooms don't typically do very well at their weddings is making sure they eat because they want to greet everyone. So for them, I think it was great that they were getting to know each other and they were actually enjoying their meal, and it wasn't a lot of let me introduce you to my grandma and stuff like that. I mean, because that stuff is gonna come. You got the rest of your time or the experiment, right? Depending on how it goes. To meet everybody and get to know each other. The next things that I wrote down was that Clara talks a lot, which we knew. And Clara's dad did a sweet toast. I thought his toast was cute.
Did you?
Yeah, like it was very dad-like, but it was very supportive dad. Yeah. And I thought that was cute. Did you have anything for that?
No, you said everything that needed to be said. I just figured they drink. I like the fact that they drink beer.
You did point that out. When they did their toast, they did both have beers.
Both had a beer. I was like, nothing wrong with a good beer sometimes.
I think she had a Sweetwater beer, and I was like,
I don't mess with Sweetwater beer, but he had a Bud Light.
I could get down with a blue light. I think you prefer it to be a platinum.
Hey, to each his own.
All right.
I did like their attitude towards each other.
Yeah.
I thought that was very positive when they first got to know each other and everything like that. They both have that attitude as far as like, I'm going to put my all into this.
I didn't sign up for this for it to not work.
Right. Like let me try everything before it's like, like shutting off from stuff. So I did like that. And, I think like from the beginning, I still think they were a good pick for each other.
I think they were from the first episode, I feel like they were the best matched couple out of everyone from the initial seeing each other and like seeing them not together, but of course, how they interact with other people. Next up, we have Virginia and Erik. First thing I wrote down was that Virginia needed a drink. And I think that we're going to play up Virginia's need to have a drink.
Yeah.
Just because Virginia is portrayed as the party girl.
Yeah.
And Erik is the exact opposite.
Yeah, and that's what I said too. I was like, they're completely opposite from each other. Like, she likes to jam and groove and stuff like that, but he's just like laid back, want to kind of sit back and read a book and drink some whiskey or something like that and just chill.
And I don't think that that's necessarily a terrible thing to be in that type of contrast, because one can, like, she could pull out the fun in him and he could like reserve her if they're both open to that.
Right.
That's the issue. Is
one thing that I pointed out, or I noticed that in the beginning before they, went to the owl or whatnot, he was like extremely negative about the situation.
What do you mean?
Like, not extremely negative, but he brought up, what if this doesn't work? I want this to really work. And
I can see that because he has a failed marriage behind him.
And my thoughts on that was like, I just wish he would just, just drop it. Just be like, hey, it is what it is. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. I put my best foot forward and that's all I can do.
Yeah.
And move forward. So
speaking of his previous marriage, we did find out that, according to him, because I can't say what it all is, but according to him, they only got married because his ex wanted to move with him and he was in the military, and you can't move like that without being married. I wrote down that her dad did show up. He was our wild card. So Dad showed up, and Dad seemed like he wanted to be a willing participant in everything. So I'm happy for her for that her dad was able to come and be there. I wrote down that Erik was very reserved and traditional, and he described himself as conservative. Conservative always feels like a buzzword for something else. I'm not saying that about him, but usually that's what I hear.
Yeah.
And then
I didn't even hear that part.
Yeah,
but
he said it in his I want to say it was one of the confessionals, like in between them going to the back for champagne and taking pictures. Yeah. It was just one of those things that was just randomly mentioned. It might have been before that, but I think that was around the time that he said it. I wrote down that I hope he likes dogs, since her dog came to the wedding.
Yeah, he was an animal owner.
I couldn't remember.
I don't remember that, but
yeah, somebody else mentioned that he had a dog, and I was like, oh, okay, well, that's good. That I hope their dogs get along.
Before she walked in, she was extremely nervous. I was sitting up here like, why are you so nervous and you signed up for this?
Well, I mean, people are nervous on their wedding day and they know their spouse.
I know, but I'm just saying, it's like, no, you signed up. She wasn't nervous about the fact, or I felt like she wasn't nervous about the fact that she, was about to get married. She was nervous about the fact that I guess she was mad. I don't know what she was nervous about, but it was like
weddings just give you so much nervous energy because.
I mean, I was nervous, but I was more so nervous because I wanted you to be happy. You know what I'm saying? Like it had started raining. A lot of stuff had happened on our wedding weekend. And it was just like, I just want her to be happy and you know, a big special day for her. I said all that to say this. When she finally did walk in,
I was just thinking about our wedding day when you sent Lance in to make sure that I was okay.
Yeah.
Because it was raining.
It started raining.
And I was like,
man.
it's going to stop raining. And everybody was looking at me like, well, what if it doesn't? I was like, it's going to stop raining. And then it stopped raining.
Yeah.
We were getting married outside, guys, by the way. Like, that's why everybody was so concerned about me and the rain.
Right.
But it stopped raining. We still had the wedding in the garden. Everything was fine. We lived happily ever after.
But now, like, Erik's dad and him, like, as they saw her, had the look of, damn, she's fine on their face.
They did. And Erik did smile a lot when he saw her, like, that's me?
Yeah, right.
So at least we know they got it right in the looks department.
Right, for that couple.
It didn't hurt also that she has been, at least like through the beginning of the reception, she was very, very affectionate with him with pictures. Like she was kissing all over him. Like they had great wedding photos, and it didn't feel like what's her name from last season? Christina, where the kisses were just so the photos were staged well. Like it seemed like she was really
she
into
wanted
him.
to kiss him.
Yeah, like she was into him, and she was like, okay, this is my husband. I'm kissing my husband.
I'm gonna kiss him.
Yeah.
He said, he asked, can I get a quick one real quick? And she was like, yeah. You know, it was more than a quick one. He was like, oh, okay.
Was that the couple that the camera guy was like, slow down?
I don't know.
Or was it Brianna and Vincent? It was one of the two couples. The camera guy was like, hey, slow down. I'm trying to take pictures.
I don't know, man. But, you know, they like, that's the part that you like to see. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You like to see the couples actually gravitate towards each other and actually like, hey, I'm finna give this a go. I don't know you. You don't know me. But let's get to know each other. We're married now, you know. And you like to see those parts. Those parts make you smile or whatnot. I like the part when they were getting to know each other, and he talked about how he's a pilot, and you know he told her that his dad is a pilot, and they like to have fun and go out and fly and stuff like that. And then he was like, "Yeah, I can bring you on, and we can go fly." Mm-hmm. You know, it's just things that he's thinking about to do with her, to bring her into his realm of things.
Absolutely.
You know, and I thought that was positive, and that was a good look for him.
I'm just hoping that the fact that she goes out doesn't get.
Yeah, I'm hoping that doesn't bother him. I hope it actually helps him to actually go out sometimes. And
I can get it though, like him not being a person that goes out and drinks, because he can't go to work with a hangover. Mm-hmm. You can't fly a plane like that. Right. So you would more so put yourself out of those type of situations so that you don't say, oh, I'm going to go out and then one drink leads to another, to another, to another. And then you got a hangover and you're like, I got to call out of work tomorrow. That's impacting your money.
Right.
So I fully get it.
No. And another thing, I don't think he could dance. Or one of them couldn't dance.
I can't either, so.
You carry it, you know.
I can find the beat.
You can find the beat, but it's like, I was looking at it, I was like, this is the most awkward dance I've seen in a long time.
All you gotta do is stand there and sway.
Yeah.
Like, you can get that. Just sway a little bit. That's all I had for them. Do you have anything else?
No, that's it. All
right, so next up was Brianna and Vincent. I was wondering where Brianna's bridesmaids were, because it was only one when she was getting ready. It was like one, I think.
How many did she have?
I don't know, because her best friend made the speech, but her best friend wasn't there when they were getting their hair and makeup done. So that's why I was like, where are bridesmaids? Yeah. I think that may have been her sister.
Yeah, that was her sister.
Her sister was there and her mom was there. So I guess she got ready with the two of them and not everybody else. One thing that I need to say before I get into anything else about their wedding is Brianna's daddy did not look like he wanted to be there.
Oh man, he was looking unhappy.
Like
every scene
he had a straight poker face. Like he was irritated by the cameras. He was irritated. Like she even I believe it was Brianna who actually looked at her dad right before they got ready to walk down the aisle. And she was like, thank you for coming.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe he didn't want to be there either because he was like, you ain't gonna do this to me.
Right. Nah, he looked upset.
Right.
It's like, I gotta be here.
So, she did have her friends there because she was talking to her friends when she was asking the questions about what does he look like, sound like, and what's his name.
I didn't understand the sound like part.
Okay, so I completely get that because my cousin Crystal and I have had that conversation. The guy from Married to Medicine, Quad's ex-husband, has a little person's voice. And we both like joke about how like we wouldn't know how to take, I don't even want to say criticism from him, but like him being like stern because it's not like, I don't want to say a masculine voice, but it's just not, it's not the voice that you picture with him. Mm-hmm. So I don't even want to say criticism. It's just not the voice that we picture coming from him. So I think that that's important because like to me, you look how you sound. Mm-hmm. But there are people who don't look how they sound. Like when they start talking, you like, you don't want the first time you meet your husband for that to like
for him to have a little voice.
Yeah. Like what if I sounded like, I don't know. I can't give you anybody.
Yeah.
But you get what I mean.
I see your point, man.
Before they got ready to go in for the ceremony, he got together with Vincent got together with his bridesmaids and I mean not bridesmaids, groomsmen. Mm. And I said I enjoyed his best man's prayer. Yeah. Because it actually felt like heartfelt.
Oh yeah.
But I was like, oh, that's
we nice. Did that, man.
Who prayed for y'all?
Elder Harris.
Oh, I thought it was a groom.
Nah, Elder Harris prayed for us, but we all got in a circle and stuff like that.
I don't remember who prayed for us. I think it was my mama.
Possibly.
Probably. Anywho.
Anyway, getting ready for a wedding is always like intense. Mm-hmm. You know, but to have you guys there and to be in a relaxed situation, that's always good for the guys. Mm-hmm. One thing that I like realized was majority of the women, well, Brianna in this case, mm-hmm. was more so focused on the looks. She wanted to make sure he looked good, that she was physically attracted to him, mm-hmm. More than anything else. Mm-hmm. And I found that to be interesting because that's something that I don't want to say normal folks, but people that's not in this process have that thing they already have that to vet it through.
Yeah, like we know what that person looks like and we have decided that we can either like them or we can deal with it. Right. Whatever it is. Because some people will tell you that the person that they're married to or that they're in a relationship was not necessarily their type, but love grew. Yeah. For lack of better word. So, I mean, It is what it is. I'm happy that she thought he was attractive. Mm-hmm. One of the things that her family mentioned after they got down the aisle and the officiant was reading about Brianna and about Vincent mm-hmm. and what their families had to say about them. Every other word was bossy. Yeah. So Vincent needs to understand that Brianna's bossy and it's not a game.
Right. Like she's real bossy. Deal bossy.
Let's see. I said her dad looked like he didn't want to be there. I had already mentioned that. And then I said sis was excited about them pockets on her dress.
Yeah, you see my pockets?
And actually me and my friend Latricia, you remember Latricia, we were actually DMing each other about that the other day. Not about wedding dresses having pockets, but dresses with pockets, because we used to joke in college and say we were going to come out with a dress line of dresses that had pockets because pockets are so important to a dress. Actually to any outfit, but just like to have a pocket on your wedding day is like, I got pockets. I can put my phone in here. Yeah. I don't know what she pulled out of her pocket that excited her. I guess it was her vows. Yeah. And so she was just excited to show him that she had pockets. Last but not least.
Wait.
What?
Are you moving on?
No, I was still on that couple.
Oh, okay.
Last but not least, we found out that Brianna's a pescatarian.
He looked so disappointed when he found out that she didn't eat chicken.
Because he was like, I like Chick-fil-A.
I like a lot of Chick-fil-A.
You don't like Chick-fil-A? What you mean? It's like my big fat Greek wedding. What you mean you don't eat no meat? So he was disappointed in that, but they did find a compromise of sorts, at least in that conversation, that they would get in the kitchen and cook together and, drink a little bit, dance a little bit, make a little bit of food.
I felt like they didn't find out, and which they probably did, but it was the editing. I feel like the editing, when they went back, after they said I do, they went back to get to know each other. I don't feel like they found out a lot.
They kept focusing on how they were both nervous and, and stuff like that. I do find the question of her asking him, did he know how to dance? Found that to be interesting and funny, just because he told her he was Dominican, and next thing you know how to dance? I guess.
Yeah, I know how to do a few
Dominican guys supposed to have rhythm, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. But I found that to be interesting because nobody has ever asked that.
Well, that's because most people meet you dancing.
Most people.
I met you dancing. You got anything else for them?
No, that's
all right, and
they kissed in the mouth.
They did. And so did Virginia and Erik, because we didn't talk about them kissing in the mouth.
Talk about them kissing in the mouth.
Oh yes, we did, because I said she was kissing.
Ryan and Clara kissed in the mouth.
Good job, everybody kissed in the mouth so far.
I don't think this next couple gonna kiss in the mouth.
We ended the episode on Paige and Chris, and I knew that we weren't going to get through all 5 couples. Once we were at like 9:30 and we had only hit the beginning of the third couple. So we started off with Chris and his groomsmen. He was still talking about women wanting him for what he has, and I don't know if there's anything else to him other than that. Yeah. And I hope for Paige's case there is something more to him. Has to be something more to him than what he has, and let us pray.
His granddad and grandma came in to see him before the wedding, and his granddad gave some good advice. Apologize, even if you're wrong. I mean, if you're right, apologize. The makeup is good for. Hey, solid advice, granddad. Solid advice.
I find it interesting, and I think it's probably Chris's lead that it focused more on his grandparents. Like, we've seen his grandparents in both episodes, and they like kind of brushed past his parents. Like, his parents were there and they both walked out with him, but that was kind of it that we see. Like, we haven't met the parents, although his daddy said something that I didn't like.
What is that?
His dad said, if she's pretty and saved, it's a wrap. And then his mama said, but if she ain't? And I'm like, Chris ain't no bride, y'all. Like,
for me, it's gonna be very hard to watch their interaction, because from him, like, when he saw her, first thing he said was, what did he said shit. I was like, that's not good.
I mean, there's 2 types of that. Like,
that wasn't a good.
I know. I'm saying, like, it could be good. Like, the word itself could have been good, could have been bad, but the way that he said it sounded like it was bad. Oh, we skipped over the fact that he gave her an infinity necklace before, as a gift. He did. And she has an infinity tattoo. Yeah. So she felt like,
she think it's divine. He just like, is she fine? And I'm like, nah.
It's from God. And he like, she got a fatty.
Like, I feel like Chris, he's looking for something, a look to go along with him. You know what I'm saying? And for an experiment like this, I don't think that should be the first. Like, you want him to be cute. You know what I'm saying? Or some
type of attractiveness.
You're right. But,
and Paige isn't an ugly girl.
Nah, he's just not a girl he would walk up to. I don't think.
Perhaps.
We definitely got to wait to see what, further into it.
I wonder what his fiancés, because there were multiple.
Yeah, there were multiple.
I wonder what they look like and what type of women he dated in the past. And it also makes me wonder, what has Chris led with when he's met women? Because usually, you meet somebody, you're out, you exchange numbers. Like, are you leading with money? Because if you're leading with money, then that's what her focus is going to be on. Because I've met guys out and, they've been like, oh, I buy all y'all something to eat. And people be like, oh, he got money. And it's like, all right, what else? Because I ordered this food. I could afford what I ordered.
Look,
I don't need you to pay for it.
You get with me and the first thing I do is say, we got some tokens to go play Biddy Go.
Well, that wasn't meeting you.
Well, I mean, still. Like us going out and hanging out with each other for the first time.
But I mean, you also...
It's a lifestyle that he's trying to uphold.
Yeah, like he has a direct path of what it appears is that he is like in a, let me show y'all what I got, flashy, flashy, flashy. And that's not necessarily what life is about at all. Like, you can build some wealth, but wealth is not flashy. Like
I knew from just the conversations that they had with him, like everybody, what if she's not pretty? What if, looks fade? Looks are such a focal point in their, in their story. It's kind of like, you kind of got the feeling that he's not going to think she's pretty or she's not going to think he's handsome. They're not going to like each other, but they have to go through this.
No, I get it.
I think it's going to be very cringe watching them two interact with each other.
It's definitely going to be hard to watch him.
Yeah, more. I was going to say more so on his part.
Because
her.
Paige seems as if she would give, I don't want to say anybody a shot, but she would at least, come to the conversation with, let me get to know him. Maybe he's not my cup of tea, but there's got to be a reason.
Right.
And it seems as if every interaction that we've had with Chris has been focused on, is she fine?
Right. So, I don't know, man. I'm looking forward to next week to see what happens with them. And then don't forget the other couple. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of who we're missing. I can't
remember their name, but...
Oh my God, who are we missing? That's really... Look, the highlight has been the Paige and
Chris,
and Chris conversation. But
don't get me lying.
I don't remember. And I'm looking in my phone and I don't see a name.
Hold on, I'll get it for you.
I don't see a name.
It was Haley and Jacob.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't really remember Haley and Jacob right now.
One is 28 and the other one is 38.
Oh, yes. I remember now. Because he was another one similar to Erik of he's staying home. He's not really out in these streets. Yeah. And we watched Haley in the previews for next week hit the flash
right before she walked down. so I'm looking forward to them next week, like getting finished up. And
I wonder if they coupled the two of them together, because these are our train wreck couples.
I don't think they did that, but
it's editing.
Yeah.
You got anything else for this?
That's it.
All right, guys.
I didn't really have a lot of notes.
I didn't either. Episode. I mean, it was mostly, hey, I'm me. Nice to meet you.
Right.
Well, I guess we could say, comment down below and let us know what you thought of the 3 couples that have gotten married so far. I think I'm still standing with the predictions that I have thus far. Sure. I'm very, very interested to see how everything pans out next week with Paige and Chris. And I feel like they're going to be half the episode themselves. Please subscribe to our channel, turn on the notification bell. Of course, comment down below. Let us know what you guys think of this episode. And follow us on social media. All of our links are down in the description box. You got anything else?
Nope.
All right. This felt like it was a quick one. It probably wouldn't, though. No. All right, guys. Bye.
Peace.